Sophia, I've been hearing this term a lot lately, reparenting the self. And, well, it sounds fascinating, but also a little bit like abstract. What exactly does it mean, and why is it so important for us as adults?
Hola, Isabela. That's a brilliant question to start with, truly. Reparenting the self is actually incredibly profound, and it's something I'm super passionate about. Essentially, it's this therapeutic approach focused on healing the deep, lasting impact of what we call childhood emotional neglect. Think of it like this. As adults, we consciously step in to give ourselves all the emotional nurturing, the support, the validation that maybe wasn't there during our early formative years. It's about becoming your own loving, understanding parent, right?
I see. Like filling in those gaps ourselves. So, what exactly is childhood emotional neglect then? Because when I think of neglect, I often picture something more overt, like really obvious things. Is it always obvious?
That's it, precisely. And no, it's often anything but obvious, which is why it's so insidious. Unlike overt abuse, emotional neglect is characterized by an absence of necessary care. It's not about what did happen, but what didn't happen. It's a lack of affection, a lack of validation, not paying attention to a child's feelings. It can be super subtle, so subtle that even the child themselves, later as an adult, might not even recognize it happened. It's like a quiet void. Even unintentional neglect, if it's consistent, can just profoundly impact a child's emotional well-being, believe me.
Wow, so it's what didn't happen. That's a really powerful way to put it. And I guess because it's so subtle, it just kind of weaves itself into our lives without us ever realizing, right? So, what are some of those lasting impacts you see, like in adults?
Absolutely, Isabela. You've hit the nail on the head. It truly does. The effects are incredibly profound and long-lasting. They shape everything, our emotional well-being, our relationships, even how we see ourselves. One of the biggest ones, honestly, is low self-worth and a feeling of shame. People often internalize messages of unworthiness, leading to constant self-doubt and this almost insatiable need for external validation. It's heartbreaking, really.
That makes so much sense. I've definitely seen and felt that myself sometimes. This need for approval. What about emotions? Does it affect how we experience our feelings?
Oh, absolutely. It's a huge one. Emotional neglect actually teaches children to suppress or just ignore their feelings. So as adults, they really struggle to identify or express their emotions. Sometimes it even leads to emotional numbness, where it's hard to feel anything at all. Then there are the relationship challenges. We see insecure attachment styles, difficulty trusting, avoiding intimacy, a fear of abandonment, even codependency. It just makes forming and maintaining healthy connections so hard. And that often spirals into anxiety, depression, a lot of sadness.
That's a lot to unpack, Sophia. It sounds like a domino effect, where one thing just leads to another. But so if all these things are happening because of what didn't happen, how does reparenting actually begin to help? Where do you even start?
Yes, Isabela, a domino effect, precisely. But reparenting truly empowers us to gently interrupt that cycle, becoming your own compassionate caregiver. The first step, the foundation really, is self-awareness. It's slowly recognizing and acknowledging those unmet emotional needs from childhood, just allowing yourself to truly see them.
Okay, so recognition first. And then what, once you've recognized them? Because I imagine that can be, kind of painful, right?
It can be, yes, absolutely. It often is. But that's where self-compassion becomes crucial. This is foundational, treating yourself with the same kindness, understanding, and patience you'd offer a vulnerable child. It's gently replacing that harsh inner critic with a nurturing voice. Then identifying and validating your feelings, giving yourself quiet time to recognize emotions without judgment, reminding yourself, it's okay to feel this way. It sounds simple, yet it's profoundly powerful, slowly building that deep self-trust, which was often missing. That sounds incredibly healing. like giving yourself permission to feel. And then what about like practical boundaries? Precisamente. Giving yourself permission, it's liberation. And yes, setting healthy boundaries is another key. This isn't just with others, but also with yourself. It's about protecting your emotional well-being, fostering respectful relationships, both internally and externally. And then there's positive self-talk. It's like actively rewriting those inner narratives, replacing all that negative self-talk with really affirming, supportive messages. It's a daily practice, you know?
Rewriting the script, I love that. So, what about the inner child work that I've heard about? How does that fit in?
El trabajo del niño interior. That's absolutely central to reparenting. It's about actively connecting with that younger self through things like visualization or journaling or even creative activities. The goal is to address those unmet needs directly. Imagine offering comfort to your younger self, giving them what they needed but didn't receive. And it goes hand in hand with consistent acts of care. These are small, repetitive acts of self-care, like preparing a nourishing meal, going to bed on time, engaging in mindful practices. They build this sense of safety and predictability that might have been absent. It's those small, consistent acts that truly anchor the healing. And yes, connecting through play and creativity is also vital. Allowing yourself to experience joy, to be creative, to play. These are things that might have been suppressed in childhood. It's about reclaiming that light, Isabella. And remember, while it's deeply personal, this healing is so often reinforced by new supportive connections. Social repair alongside self-repair, you know?
That's a beautiful point, Sophia, about the social repair complementing the self-repair. It makes so much sense. So for someone who's listening and like feeling a deep resonance with all of this, what kind of therapeutic support or resources would you recommend to really kickstart this journey?
That's an excellent question, Isabella. Reparenting, while something we can practice ourselves, is very often a component of deeper therapeutic work. Therapists are truly wonderful at guiding individuals through these conversations, specific exercises, and reflective practices to explore past wounds and develop much healthier coping mechanisms. One approach I often recommend, especially for reprocessing attachment wounds and reducing old triggers, is EMDR therapy, eye movement desensitization and reprocessing. It's really powerful for that.
EMDR. I've heard amazing things about that. And I guess like in our modern world, online therapy can also be a game changer for accessibility, right?
Oh, absolutely. Online therapy has really opened up access, providing a safe and accessible space for people to work through these issues from anywhere, you know? And for those who love to read and self-educate, there are some truly transformative books. Lindsay C. Gibson's Adult Children of Emotionally Immature Parents is a classic. Then there's Johnny's Webb's Running on Empty, which is specifically about childhood emotional neglect. Jasmine Lee Corey's The Emotionally Absent Mother is another fantastic resource. And Richard C. Schwartz's No Bad Parts introduces the internal family systems model, which aligns so beautifully with inner child work. And of course, Kristen Neff's Self-Compassion is just fundamental. These books offer incredible insights and practical tools for healing, truly.
Sophia, this has been an incredibly insightful conversation. We've explored what reparenting the self means, delved into the subtle yet profound impacts of childhood emotional neglect, and discussed practical steps and resources for healing. It's truly about giving ourselves the care we deserve.
Absolutely, Isabella. It's a journey of self-discovery and profound healing. We genuinely hope this episode resonated with you. Please, if you've noticed these topics in your own experiences, we'd love for you to comment below and share your thoughts. And if you found this helpful, do remember to like, share, and subscribe to our channel.
Your engagement means the world to us. For more inspiration, thought nuggets, and to connect with our community, you can find the Good Life Guide on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Pinterest, and YouTube. We're everywhere. Yes, for those who love to sit back and relax, watch us on YouTube for calming visuals. Or if you're on the go, listen on Spotify and all other podcast platforms. And for additional resources and tools, visit our website at www.goodlifeguide.org.
We have so much more there for you. From both of us, thank you so much for joining us today. We truly love spreading awareness and appreciate the wonderful community we're building together. We look forward to hearing from you in the comments, connecting on social media, and welcoming you back for our next episode.